Hello guys, welcome to this new video. Today I'm going to walk you through into the Jenkins main dashboard. I will explain to you all those buttons that you see there. Let's quickly go into the Jenkins dashboard. Now, this is the Jenkins dashboard. So usually when you open Jenkins, you are going to fall into, after you log in Jenkins, you are going to fall into this dashboard. On the top right corner here, you are going to see the Jenkins icon. If you click here, we always take you home. So for example, let's say I I am here. So if I click on the Jenkins icon, it will take me home. So this is the bottom that is a picture, is a logo, but if you click on it, it will take you home. The same as here, dashboard. If you click here, we also take you home. Let's say, for example, if I'm here and I click on dashboard, it will take me home. So to go home, which is this page, you will either click here on the Jenkins logo or you will click here. On this side here, it shows you who's logging. The person that's logging right now is an admin because I use an admin account to log into this Jenkins. If you want to search anything, you tap here, you search, and then if you want to log out, you go ahead and log out. Like if I click here, it will log me out. I can go ahead and use the admin credential, logging. And as you guys can see here, my username here is admin. That is why when I log in, you see here the user admin. You can also add a description here if you want. You can type anything. Let's say, for example, you can say this is the main Jenkins server, for example. Type and save, and this will be populated here. That's just like a little message that you can go ahead and populate in the dashboard. For example, you can use like HTML. You can put it bold if you want. On the left hand side here, new item. You have the new item here is when we want to create a new job. For example, if I click on new item, I can go ahead and create a new job here, right? I can create any type of job. It can be a freestyle job, a pipeline job, a multi-configuration project job, a folder, a multi-pipeline job, or an organization folder. So let's say, for example, I come here, I create a job called Jenkins. Let's make it a freestyle job. Then let's create. Now, I will apply and save. If I click on Jenkins home, you will see the job here. So that's where we create job. So, and all the job are in this panel, right? When you create a job, you end up here. All the job goes here on this panel. People, those are actually the people that are using this Jenkins server. When you click on people, it will show you the people that are using this Jenkins server, for example. Um, the no reply info and system, those are by default. It comes automatically with Jenkins, but the user like John, Anna, and admin, and it also tell you, for example, the last activity that they have been doing. For example, if I log in with the user John and do something, you will see my last activity here. So that will show you all the last activity that they have been doing. So those are the people using this Jenkins server. I can click here to go back home. Now, build history. Usually I like to check the build history. That's like the build history globally. And it says here by day. So like you see here, it show you by day the build history, and also show you, for example, the number. So, and if you come down here, you will see all that build history. For example, we have this prod pipeline, which is 1726. If you can click on it, then it will take you here, right? I think there's a cron job that is going on here. Let me go ahead and delete this job. It has a cron job attached to him. So I will go ahead again on build history. As you guys can see, I deleted that one. You can see no more on build history, right? I deleted it, you can see no more on build history. So, and you can access the console of the build on the build history. For example, if you click here, it will take you to the build, right? It will show you the build directly. And for example, you can see the console output of the build by clicking here. It takes you straight to the console output of the build. Now, I want you to notice something. I'm here on build history, for example. If I click on one of the build here, it shows that I am on dashboard QA test, meaning that Dashboard is a main dashboard. QA is actually the folder, and test is actually the job. If you come down here, you will see this QA. If I click on QA, you will see the test. So usually the location, if you want to know where you are in Jenkins, you can check your location here. Here, it says I am on dashboard. If you click on dev, it will say I am on dashboard dev. If you click on pipeline, it will tell me that I am on dashboard dev pipeline. So that's how you know where you are, for example. Project relationship, for example, if you want to know the relationship that exists between two projects, if, for example, you want to know if one project is actually the upstream of another project or is the downstream of another project, you can come here. Let's say, for example, if I go on the dashboard, let's pick a project. I have this project here called clone. So it is inside. If I click on clone, it's going to be dev clone. If I also pick this project here, called test, it's going to be under QA test. So if I come down here, I say project relationship, then I will just have to say dev. It will show me everything that's under dev. So I have dev clone. I also come here and say QA. It will show me I have one job QA test. Then I will click here to compare. It will show me if actually the clone job under dev is the upstream of the QA test, or the QA test is the downstream of this. I will compare. It tells me here that there's no relationship, right? There's no fingerprint record that connect these two projects. So these two projects actually have nothing together. Now I'll go back here. Now the check a file fingerprint. If you have like a jar file, you want to check, for example, the fingerprint on the jar file, you can come down here and upload your jar file. So unfortunately, I don't have one here. That's just to check the fingerprint. That's what Jenkins say. Got a jar file, but don't know which version it is. You can check here, upload here, and Jenkins will do the analysis for you. Manage Jenkins. This is like the setting for Jenkins, just like on your cell phone, the setting button. For example, like or maybe on Mac we say system preference. On Windows we say setting. So on our cell phone we also use setting. That's how you want to configure Jenkins. Anything that you put here will change the behavior of Jenkins. For example, I go to setting. You can, under setting, you can either check the system. This is for like the system informations, and you can do any configuration here. So that's the setting. So if you want to go to setting, and it will say dashboard setting, that's where you are. So the setting actually is where you can configure stuff. Now you have view. You can choose. You can, like, for example, choose view. Sometime at work this is full here. You can design a view for yourself, or you can design a view for the project. So this is like one view. What you are seeing here is called one view, and this is the all view. It comes by default, right? This is one view, and this is the all view. It comes by default. Now, if I go ahead and create, for example, another view, say I will say my view here, it show me all the view. So I can click here to create another view. Let's call that view, for example, Canary, right? Let's say that the view that's for the project Canary. You can include the global view, right? The type of view is either you include the global view, you have the list view, or you have the my view. Let's start with the first one, include the global view. Let's create that. You can put maybe a description. I say this is Canary description on your view. You can either filter view queue if you want to see build queue here, or filter build executor here, and here the view name is coming from the all, right? So we apply and save. So that's say this is Canary, so that's a main view. That's why when you come here earlier, when we pick on the list view, we actually went ahead and we saw that. Now let's go ahead. For example, that's a Canary view. So let's go ahead. So that's the view that we just created earlier, the Canary view. So if I go back to like, for example, like dashboard, right? And then on that dashboard, I click on my view. It will show me that I have the Canary view here. I can click here to see the Canary view. I can also delete that view here. I will click here, then I will delete that view. If I go back to dashboard, I click on my view, I'm not going to see anything. Now let's go ahead and create another view. To create another view, you can either click here on my view, then you create another view, or you can simply go back to the dashboard and you click here on plus. Let's get another view. We get a list view earlier. So let's now exploit the my view. So go to my view. put the view name. Let's call it, for example, Jenkins, and then let's create that view. So that's going to be another view. So I go to my view, right? If I go to my view, we see that. So we created another view called the Jenkins view here, and that's the view that we have. So let's go to my view, and let's try to create, for example, another view here, right? So let's pick again this view, and let's give a name, for example, like change or charger view, and we are going to create that. Then in the charger view, for example, we can decide what job we want to see there. I just want to see the QA and the dev, for example. So I'm filtering job that I want to see on that view and make it simple. So you can choose the type of job you want to see. So on the charger view, I'm going to see these two view only, but on the Jenkins view, I'll be able to see everything here. So we can also edit the view. For example, you can click here to edit the view. You can maybe say, I want to just apply this filter. You apply, and okay, you can edit that, or you can maybe delete this view. It will only show you this view. So on the view, you choose that I can only see this. Then I can choose a project that I want to see, right? You can edit the view and everything. So let's go ahead and delete this view. Now we cover all this. Now you can increase the size of this. For example, as you can see here, the icon, you have small, you have medium, you have large, right? You can increase like the font size of what you're seeing here. Now, if you go here, you will see the legend. These are the legend when you are building the job. That's the meaning of that. For example, if I pick one of the job here, this is the legend, right? If I pick one of the job here, for example, this is the legend that you're seeing here. So that legend is coming from this. So this means something. When you're seeing that, this basically means it has a meaning. If you want to know the meaning, you can click here to actually see that. Here also you have build queue. If you have like a build that is queue, you can put it here, like build that are waiting, build that Jenkins have not worked on it yet, but Jenkins will be working on that. You will have those build queue here. Here they are the build executor, for example. If you have actually any executor, let's launch one of the executors. So let's provision, for example, one of this is going to provision, for example, this VM, and it will populate here as build executor, right? These are just like the number of the executor that Jenkins have, and is available to pick up any job here and go ahead and run that job. That's what it's called, the build executor. Thank you for following me on this video. If you like it, subscribe. If you have any question, put in the comment. I will respond. This was a quick view on the Jenkins dashboard. Thank you, and see you on the next video. Bye.